and he has to act like a decent person, then he might not be. But in the meantime, the invitation is extended to John Feeley, and let's see if he answers me. I'm sure he listened to this radio show, and if he doesn't listen to my radio show, he might listen to his father's radio show at 2 o'clock called The Herd. And in the meantime, I'm very, very happy today with the result of the primary election in New Hampshire. You know, even though we've been writing a lot about New Hampshire and how corrupted the politicians are in there, I want to express my satisfaction, my happiness about Mr. Trump. But now let's not let the euphoria. How do you say that? Euphoria?
The what? Flurry?
The euphoria.
Euphoric?
Euphoric.
Euphoric atmosphere? Euphoric?
Yeah, so the happiness of Trump winning. Don't let forget about the other two and the other side of the hemisphere because they're both dangerous. But I tell you one thing, people, Bernie Sanders cannot even get any closer to the White House than what he is right now. He is a communist. Remember that he said that he is a communist. Don't let anybody fool you. He's going to take over and he's going to destroy the United States of America. Please use your head. Don't let your jealousies and your envy or your loyalty to the Democrat Party let you choose the wrong person. She is a crook, she is a liar, she is corrupted, but so far she have not said that she is socialist or communist. She might be a liberal, which is very close to socialist, but not.
She's the same thing. She's destructive to this country, and neither one of them is qualified to be president for 1 second. And anyone that votes for them is insane. There, I'll say it.
It's not insane. It's an
insane.
anti-American.
Well, whatever.
It's anti-American.
You put the adjective to it, they all fit. It's crazy.
Yes. Okay.
We're coming off a 7-year cycle right now where we've been decimated. This country's been destroyed. And now look what the policy is that this clown puts forth. Think about it. He wants to put $10 a barrel tax on the price of oil. Because why? Because it's not so visible right now. Because the price of oil is $27 a barrel right now. What a great time to nail it to the American people, these dummies, and put a tax on there. Now the price of oil goes back to $100 a barrel. What do you think you'll be paying for a gallon of gas when that $10 tax is on there?
$7.
Do you think that's going to go away? Do you think that tax is going to go away? No, you're paying it today. Price of oil is low. If that tax was on there today, you'd be paying every gallon of gas you buy, you'll be paying that Obama.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is an idiot. He thinks that's a policy for this American good to put a $10.
Who are we talking about? Obama?
Obama's proposing a $10 a
Oh
barrel
no,
tax.
no, no! But Obama
on
is
oil.
Hopefully
It's a Democrat policy.
hopefully is in his way out.
You think
Obama
Hillary
hopefully
won't?
is in the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Hillary won't do that same thing?
Obama
It's a
is
Democrat
hopefully in his way out, but if
Yeah, and
not,
Hillary's on the way in?
no,
Right.
she's not.
Well, I hope not. That's what we're talking about. We can't vote for either one of those Democrats. You get more of the same devastation.
Yeah.
Hillary, Bernie is terrible. He's the worst that the Democrats could find to prop up there to
That's
be
what I'm
somebody,
saying.
an alternative
That's
to
exactly
Hillary
what I'm
Clinton.
saying.
But
So-
the only reason he's up there is because Hillary's so bad. They couldn't find anybody worse to put up there. And she's so bad, the worst they put up there beats her. I mean, this is how out of touch the Democrat
But
Party
I am
is.
still thinking.
They're destroyed.
I still thinking, and I know how former Sheriff Doug Gillespie say I got a suspicious mind or whatever he called my way of thinking. You know, I forgot what he said, but I will remember before the show is over. I know I'm not getting any younger, but I remember what he said before the show is over. I believe that this is a workout among themselves so Joe Biden can jump into the race. And I hope it's not, but I hope I'm wrong because I believe that either one of those two can be beat by any one of the Republican candidates, even Chris Christie. You know, they came out last. Okay, and if people wanted to have a woman in the race, there is Carly Fiorina. They can very well do as good as a job as anybody else. Okay, that's the whole thing. Don't let anybody fool you. Okay, being a woman is doesn't give you a free pass. But if you want a woman, then please, please forget about Hillary Clinton. Okay, there's
What are
other.
you going to do about going to hell if you're a woman? You're going to go straight to hell if you don't vote for Hillary. That's what Madeleine Albright says.
I know, but I hear that they open Bordines and they open TJ Maxx in the hell, so women can go over there and enjoy themselves while the country is recuperating from the.
I think the word on the street is in New Hampshire is that Madeleine Albright statement really took Hillary down a few points. Because that was a despicable statement. I mean,
Yeah.
that is absolutely absurd. And Hillary over there cackling when she said it, just having a great time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, what a great statement.
That
you know?
laugh,
What
that
a
laugh,
piece of crap.
that laugh really
Oh.
really bothers me.
Yeah.
That laugh is unbelievable uh, sickness, you know.
Quite a display, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but it's okay. We only got a few more months, and we're gonna get back to normal. We're gonna get back to be Americans. We're gonna get back to have a great country again. You know, a great America again. You know, even if we are using the word America in the wrong way, because America is anywhere in the continent of America, and we got nothing to do with South America, Central America, the Caribbean. We have nothing to do. This is the United States, period. You know, people say, when do you get to America? I've been in America all my life because I was born in America, but not the United States of America, you know. And now it's, I guess I can understand. I can be the love for the United States make people emphasize United States of America, and I do it sometimes. I don't deny it, and I don't criticize that. I'm just pointing out. Then I am as an American as anybody born in the United States. I am as an American as Ted Cruz is. You know.
So what are you saying? Are you mixing up North America with American?
Huh?
Is that what you're saying? We're in the North American continent? Are you saying
This
America's
is the
a
American
North America
the American
Okay.
continent.
Okay.
This is North America.
So
the other
Cuba's
one is
part
South
of the
America.
America continent, North
Yeah.
America continent.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
not South America or
So
Central
Mexico,
America.
is that considered South America continent?
I believe
Or
it's
not?
considered
Or Central
America.
I think it's Central America.
It is.
Wouldn't Mexico be Central America? If there's some countries in Central America, like Colombia and
I
places
think
like
they.
that.
I think they border with Panama,
I
right?
think they're Central America because
Yeah.
they're called Central America. Honduras is a Central American
Right.
country.
Right.
So I think in South America you end up getting into Brazil and
Peru,
areas further
Venezuela,
south. Right. Peru is
all
like
that.
at the tip of
Yeah.
South America. So
Yeah.
that's so I think South America comes into play somewhere around Brazil, and then you get into Central America. I think Mexico is part of Central America. It may be part of North America, but I think it's part of Central America. I believe. I may be wrong there. So
Yeah,
Mexico,
but the whole thing is the American continent.
yeah, it's a North
And you-
American or Central America, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But
So you were born in America.
I
You're
was
right.
born in America,
I agree with that. You're right.
and I love United
so
States
was,
of
so was,
America.
I guess so was Ted Cruz, if you look at it that way. But he was not born
Why
in the United
Canada is
States.
in America?
It's in America, just like Cuba is, according to you.
Yeah, according to me, no.
So,
according
Canada is
according to
America.
history, according to geography,
But it's not the
according.
United States. Canada
No,
is
it's
not
not.
the United States.
No,
So Cruz
it's
was
kind.
not born in the United States.
No,
And I'm
that's
not a
it.
birther in that respect. I'm just saying that anyone that runs on the other side of the aisle, if Ted Cruz should ever be nominated for anything, even vice president, they're going to make a huge effort and try to discredit him because
Okay.
he was born in Canada.
Okay,
That was
Trump-
Trump was saying. That was
Okay,
it.
Trump Jr.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
Trump Jr. Let me tell you something. Let's leave that alone because anyway, neither one of them is gonna win. So why?
Trump's not going to win?
Eh?
Trump's not going
No,
to win?
I'm saying Rubio
Okay, neither one
or
of them.
Cruz is gonna win.
Doesn't look like it. Boy, Rubio really got hammered over that debate, didn't he? My God. How many points do you think he went
Well,
down?
that's what happened when you hide behind a dress or a skirt of an employee, female employee, to accuse me of threatening him.
so
Me, this little old guy, I'm gonna threat, I'm gonna scare
So his
a young.
campaign was
How old
doomed.
is he? 42.
Yeah, probably early 40s, if not late 30s even. I think.
Yeah.
He's over 35 or he wouldn't be running. So he's got to be older than 35.
Yeah, but
He looks 25, but anyways.
I'm glad that the FBI agent that came here, special agent that came over here, knew me, and he know that I'm not that type of person. But it would have been embarrassed, very embarrassed, for me to be accused of something like threatening somebody.
Well, he's got somebody working in his organization that's completely out of touch with anything because I overheard that whole conversation. You were trying to find a number of how to contact somebody for Rubio,
and
and I overheard the whole conversation.
And I like
you were
I.
just looking for a phone number. You weren't
That's
mad at
right.
anybody.
No, I
You weren't
wasn't.
saying
I
anything
just
about
say,
Rubio.
I
You were trying to
cannot
get a hold of
believe.
him.
I cannot believe a person running for the president of this country and don't have a phone to communicate with the
None of them
voters.
do. None of them
As
do.
simple as that. And they should be used to my tone of voice because he, even if he was born in Miami, he still have Cuban blood on him, or at least he pretend to have Cuban blood on him, and he should. He has that tone of voice when he get excited. I believe then a person, but that is normal with the politicians in this country. You try to call Harry Reid's office, and
You can't
he
get
don't-
anybody.
No,
And not only that, you can't find anything posted.
and you
can't
cannot get
find an
anybody
email.
to
You can't
return
find
the call
anything.
because they are too big, they are too important, they are too busy unless it's election time to respond to anybody. You call, let me tell you, with the exception of Bob Beers and Stavro Anthony's, you can call city councilmen and none of them return your phone call. None of them. None. And I never tried to call Mayor Goodman, but I don't know if she will return my call or not. I know her husband do. You know that. He called me back. As soon as I leave a message, he called back. I'm very lucky with him.
Well, he's not in office.
No, but he was that way too before when he was in office. And I tell you, when I went into one of those meetings that he got, and I was late, and he introduced me as his friend and the owner of the only paper that tell the truth in front of all the journalists, it made me feel very, very important. I'm very happy. I'm very proud of the newspaper that I founded. He said that in front of all the journalists that were there.
Well, every now and then a politician tells the truth. So
Yeah.
it's,
Oscar Goodman always tells the
rarity.
truth. That's why the newspaper didn't like him. And when the Review Journal wrote the editorial, anyone but Oscar, we wrote an editorial, no one but Oscar, and that's why they don't like me. That's why they don't like the Tribune, because we always tell the truth, period. I don't care if it's my fault. When I attack my friend's granddaughter, no, my friend's daughter of running the wrong campaign sign, saying that re-elect Adriana Escobar, another judge called me and said, "You're wrong. She was appointed, but she ran for re-election 2 years later, and now she's running for re-election." And I apologize in the front page, the same way, the same space, because that's what it is. And I believe, I don't know if it's a law, but it is an unwritten law then it said when you say something wrong about somebody, you should give them the same space, the same amount of
Nobody else does it though.
no,
It's
but
always
I
on the
do.
back page in the,
But I do.
yeah,
I do. And I give Adriana Escobar because I know Adriana Escobar, Josh Escobar, since she was a little girl. Her mother used to be a very important person in my organization when I have the Spanish newspaper. And her daughter, Josh Escobar's daughter, used to have a radio show in here. You know, when we first started with Radio Tribune, it used to be called YBS Radio, you know. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people misconstruct that those letters YBS. I wasn't talking about BS in anybody. I was talking about your broadcasting system.
oh wow.
But it sounds like a, YBS.
Yeah,
That's true,
exactly, yeah,
YBS.
You know,
We
you
don't.
gotta, you gotta be distinct on the words you use, like pussy and stuff. You know, you have to be very
Yeah.
on what the meaning is, what you're referring to, a cat or
Especially
something
when
else,
it comes from a
or a
woman.
weirdo, or
Especially
wimp,
when
or,
it comes from a woman in the audience,
Oh, yeah.
and somebody try to blame somebody else.
Right.
You know, that's
The woman says something, you try to blame the man for what the woman says.
yeah,
That goes on all the time, anyways, all over. That's
Yeah.
normal.
yeah, that's true. So anyway, what are we looking at now? The caucus is
I think the
On the
polls,
23rd, right?
as far as the New Hampshire polls were going, were remarkably accurate. Wouldn't you say so? I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus, I think they nailed Trump right almost on the number,
yeah.
which is kind of phenomenal in a way.
But in Nevada, the caucus is on the 20th or the
I
23rd.
think it's the 23rd. Now I heard there's a debate coming up. I think I heard August 20th. Is that this weekend?
I think it's the primary election, no? We need to bring Ed Williams back over here again.
In Nevada, we now caucus. We don't primary anymore. I got that from Ed Williams.
Oh,
He
really?
explained it on my show a few weeks ago that in Nevada we have a caucus now, and the reason for that is because we were playing the Iowan game, trying to get earlier in the cycle so that we could be more, important, if you will, in the early voting. That's what Iowa did. They couldn't do a primary. They tried to, but New Hampshire said, no, we're the first primary. So they invented the word caucus, so they became the first caucus.
I know,
And think
because I
Nevada
tell you one thing, in
did the
all the
same
years
thing.
that I've been in the United States, I have never heard the word caucus until a couple years, 3-4 years ago. And I believe, and I don't care what anybody said, they say I'm wrong. There was a time where the primary election was every single state in the state has the primary the same day, and the general election is
I
always
don't know about that. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
You might be right.
yeah,
Every
definitely.
state had the same day was their primary?
Yeah,
That could be.
everybody was. I think it's the first or second Tuesday.
That could be, yeah.
But
Makes more sense, I guess.
of course, but this is better for the liberals
Well, it's
because
better
they
for
confuse the people.
advertisers and better for the states. They get more money poured into their coffers. Like Iowa, they wouldn't have got 10 cents. if
The
it
last
wasn't for
thing
the
they
caucus.
thinking about is that
It's money. That's the first thing they think about.
No, they wanted to win. They wanted to confuse the people. They want to say, well, this one in here, that one over there, and the
That's
numbers.
reason.
Eh?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. It is to
I
confuse
reserve
the
money.
human being.
Everything to me is money because everything is done on money.
Yeah, except Donald Trump. He's paying his own way. And that's
true, and
one.
that's hugely important.
That's
the most
very important,
thing.
and that's why people don't realize. He's
don't even
putting
appreciate it.
he's putting his mouth where his words are.
Who
He's-
does that? Nobody.
He's putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, and Who does
Period.
that? Doesn't get any credit.
Nobody. Even
did.
Bernie Sanders last night. Send your donation, $5, $10, $20. I tell you what, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing. Look, I wanna keep this radio station. Send me some money, $5, $10, $20. Send your donation to Radio Tribune. And that way I, Rolando Larraz, can keep this radio station and I can bluff and I can brag that I own a radio station. That's the way people do nowadays. You know, the same thing happened with all this donation to charity organization. People always say, especially public officials, how great, how generous Steve Wynn is, how much money he donate to the Cancer Society or to the Heart Association. No, it's not Steve Wynn. It's the people that work for Steve Wynn that are forced to donate to those organizations. And if you don't donate to those organizations in your paycheck, you are marked by your supervisor, then and you cannot get an extra day off, or you cannot get a benefit whatsoever.
Probably
you know,
true.
It is true.
Yeah.
I know people that work there.
Yeah.
I eat there for 12 years. I know a lot
It's
of
like the unions dig in your check and they turn around and give the money to politicians on the
Yeah.
liberal side.
Yeah.
And you may be the biggest conservative going, and if you're a bartender, your money's going to support Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Who you may despise. And you're correct if you do despise her.
Yeah.
'Cause she's despicable.
Yeah.
And here your money, your union dues are going to support her.
And I tell you one thing, that's another thing. The
Pathetic.
union fee used to be, I don't know, whatever it was. They raised the union fee. My ex-wife was a member of the union. My ex-wife was a member of the union. And she
Where's
was.
their money going to come from if they don't raise the fees?
So they raised
They
the
don't
fee.
make anything.
But wait a minute. They raised the fee to help the people that was striking against the Horseshoe Hotel. The strike finished, and they never went back to the north. Then they raised the fee to
Frontier.
the Frontier Hotel.
Right.
Okay? And I understand and I agree that those people were sacrificing themselves, picketing because they thought it was the right thing to do, being loyal to the union. But the union, I never saw any of the organizers. I never saw Ben Moody or I saw Art Bramlett picketing, but I never saw Jimmy Arnold or Ben Moody or any of those big
You
shots.
actually
Not
saw
even.
Al Bramlett picketing? That's,
Yeah.
You get a picture of that?
No.
Boy, I never saw that.
Let me tell you, Art Bramlett was really, really loved by the members of the union. He was a real leader for the culinary union. He was. And I'm not saying that he was honest. I don't say he was trustworthy, but whatever the union members want, he get it for them. And whenever he needs something, the union member was there for him. That was one thing. That he's the only person that could stop Las Vegas. The only leader in the culinary union that could stop Las Vegas dark. I don't know how many days was it, but it wasn't too long. But it was, no, he was, and that's why he was probably killed, because I don't know if they ever really found for sure. Did they ever found his body?
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They had to get some information. I guess they didn't find it accidentally,
Yeah.
but I don't know if there was ever any investigation that was fruitful
There's
or
your
anything.
attorney.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but
He disappeared, what, in the 70s, was it? Or 80s?
Yeah,
Early
70s.
80s? 70s?
early 70s. Yeah, that was a big noise in Las Vegas. You know, I thank you very much, Mr. Dempsey, Capitan Truth. Is that the tip or that's
It's the payment.
oh, the payment?
For
So-
mine, you always get mad if I pay for you, so
Yeah.
he's short today, so I don't know.
He's short today?
Well, I guess.
I don't know. He was short today. He went there with no money.
I guess.
He got credit in Burger King. That's what
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think
He got a top over there.
as long as he doesn't go to that 7-Eleven, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
That
What
guy
is
over
this?
there
This is
just-
7-Eleven. No?
Burger King.
On Burger King. Oh. Okay. Well, so what are we gonna do now? Then the second part of the election trail is coming on.
Well, now we have another hump to get over, if you will, where Trump has to win South Carolina. I think he will. But after that, if he wins Super Tuesday, then I think it's over. Wouldn't you say? I mean, at some point it's going to be. He's
And
gonna
Steve,
be,
you can sit down if you want to, as long as you don't talk about your idol.
I'll go over there.
Okay,
Yeah,
as long as you don't mention his name, you can sit down and participate and give me your opinion on the result of the primary election in New Hampshire.
I would like to respond to what Clark just said. He gave an example where he thinks it might be over. It might already be over.
You think so?
I watched, I didn't hear anybody discuss it until the last radio show that I had on when I went to get the coffee.
Uh-huh.
I saw it. I thought that's kind of strange. There's very little question that Hillary Clinton got massacred, got absolutely destroyed. And who got the delegates? Well, Bernie
I
got
think she got one more or something. Than
Bernie got 15, and she got 6, but there were 8 super delegates, and she got all of them.
How does that work? Can you explain that to us?
Yeah,
No,
because
I only
she
needed
got
I
more
only needed 2
delegates.
minutes. I think we need an investigator. I think we all need to know. I haven't got a clue.
8 super
Really?
delegates.
I
How do
have
you- how
no
do you make
idea
this
what
up?
that means.
I don't
That's
know.
why she went out there. Well, we got slaughtered. We lost, but we
we
stayed
won.
even with him.
It's a typical Washington speak there. That's interesting. We'll have to look into that.
You better give out that phone number. There might be one person in
702.
this country that understands it. Maybe Hillary will call and explain it to us.
493-5222.
I'm sorry, I
She's
interrupted you.
not busy going. to
Slow,
get her.
slow now. They got their pen and paper.
493-5222. Maybe she's
Where you
on her
going?
way to go visit Al Sharpton.
Fix my coffee.
oh,
Try to
okay.
get a meeting with Al, because I guess Bernie met with him today in Harlem or whatever. So now he's not gonna make up any endorsement, he's not gonna endorse anybody
And that's what
until
he
he
said?
has a sit-down with Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
So what does that tell you?
what? What does that
I
tell
don't
you?
know, it tells me probably Bernie didn't pick up the check for breakfast, I guess, I don't know. I don't know what-
That's true. That is true.
But
But
Hillary can pick it up from her crime foundation.
Bernie didn't get the $1 and the $5 and the $20
Maybe not.
contribution
He was
before the
campaigning
break.
for it the other night on his success speech.
Yeah,
His victory lap, he was raising money.
he was raising
I'm
money.
not gonna go to Wall Street, I'm gonna do it right here, right now. You know, please send in $5, you know. Show your
You know, I
support.
don't know how these politicians do it. I really don't. Every single email that I get from every single candidate running for office, regardless of what office it is, they always send you those emails feeling you, we need you, send $5, send $3, send, you know, they are getting to be so beggars than it is despicable. It is despicable. You know, begging for $3, a guy that is in the Senate, everybody in the Senate have money. You know, if you believe you can do something for your country, pay for your own campaign, like Donald Trump is doing. You know,
Yeah, there wouldn't be anybody running.
that's right.
They had to pay their own way, are you kidding? They've never paid for anything in their lives.
I can't believe this. I could not. I get pissed every time I get those emails. I don't even open the emails anymore.
Well, it's the way they're written too. Like there's something that's pending.
Yeah.
It's pending, and they need your money to be able to fight
Today.
That pending. Today, this minute.
Yeah.
So we can.
Tonight at
stop
midnight
this.
is the
So we can
deadline.
stop this. Yeah, it's like, and if they don't get it, if you don't send it, how come they're
And
there
you
with
know,
it? How
and let
come
me
you get an email the next day?
And let
I
me-
thought you're gonzo.
Um,
If you didn't get the money, you're gonna be gone.
I tell you one thing. I don't know for sure, but I wonder if they are really the candidates or they are groups,
Oh, you never know.
con groups. They're doing that.
Administration charge.
Eh?
When you get all this money donated, you have administration expense.
Yeah, 90%.
Yeah, 90%, 100. You know, they have to pay for the airfares.
They have to
You know,
pay for
Hillary
the
Clinton
office.
gets
They
that
have to
private
pay for
jet.
the assistant director
Yeah,
and the
and your daughter
yeah.
may be pregnant. You need, grandchild money from the Clinton Crime Foundation.
How about the super delegates? You gotta pay them.
Yeah, apparently, I don't even know where they come from. How
You
much
know-
does it cost for a super delegate? Is there a price attached to that?
Do they get paid for being super delegate?
What's just a regular delegate compared to a super delegate?
Well, super is.
I'd rather have a super.
super
I'd
is
rather be
higher.
a super, huh?
Yeah, super is higher
Well,
than the
Well,
delegate.
you would
right?
think. Why would I want to be just a low life delegate? I want to be a super delegate.
Are we becoming cynical or what?
I wonder how many
You know.
super delegates Trump got. Or maybe Kasich got more super delegates.
I don't
Who knows?
know.
Maybe Rubio got all the super
I
delegates.
don't know. He don't talk about the delegates or super delegates or extra delegates or whatever that delegate mean. You know.
Well, it'd be interesting to see when all the what's going to happen with the RNC and Reince Priebus when Trump is in line to get the nomination. What's going to happen? Are they going to be absolutely going bananas, or are they over that? I mean, they don't have a standard candidate now. They don't have a Rubio's going down the tube. So who's their in-house boy, so to speak?
At least he was honest enough to say, I don't blame you guys. I blame me. I goof. He was honest. He was humble in that moment. That was a moment of weakness for him.
Remember when he was doing a response during a presidential, whatever the show, the state of the show address, he did the response. Remember, he grabbed for that bottle of water, and that was a
Oh, yeah.
huge, God,
yeah.
you would have thought, oh my God, the inexperience,
Yeah.
He got thirsty and grabbed for a bottle of water, and that was the end of the day.
Yeah.
That was it for him. He was all washed up.
But because people do stupid things like that, and what's the difference? He got a sip of water or not?
Well,
I mean, let's be fair.
Right, but
Not
it's not
everything.
fair.
Not everything has to be
Nothing
negative.
is fair when
Okay,
you're running against the
like Chris
liberals.
Christie, and then at one time I did like Chris Christie because he said he was not going to allow airplanes from New Jersey to go to Cuba and a tourist base. I agree with him. Cuba should be isolated no matter what. But anyway, he said Obama didn't lie to anybody. Obama is doing this intentionally. He knows very well what he's doing. It is true. Maybe he repeated too many times, but sometimes you have
Well,
to
that was the
repeat.
problem. I agree with him 1,000%. That
Yeah.
statement was 100%
Yeah,
true.
and
But he did say it over and over and over again to
Because
the point
the
of being
people
ridiculous.
need to hear over and
Well,
over
that's
and
not
over.
why he was
Simple
saying
as
it.
that.
That's not why he was saying it over and over
No,
again.
I don't know if he did it or he didn't.
He didn't have anything else to say, so he was doing what Christie
Yeah.
accused him of. See, there it is. That's the talking points. That's his speech.
Yeah,
So anyways, he got caught, and that's that. It didn't look. You wouldn't have caught Reagan doing that. Well, I don't think you would have. You might have. God, I was watching Johnny Carson, those old shows they show him now at night. Jesus Christ, he did an impersonation of Ronald Reagan the other night. Oh my God, was it hilarious?
Really?
Oh God, was it funny? And he looked just like him. He had that big black
I
wave
was
hair
never.
going on.
I
It
never.
was funny as
I
a
was
bastard.
never a fan of Johnny Cash.
Really?
Never.
Oh, come on. He was.
I don't know. I never. But you know, I'm not too fond of comedians. I don't understand the American jokes.
Oh well, maybe
That's probably what it is.
probably
Yeah, I'm not denying it. You know, I don't watch it. I like to watch David Letterman because he was more sarcastic, more cynical, and you
I
know.
never
But I
liked
don't
it.
have that. I never watched that guy then replace him, Colbert.
Oh, Colbert. Yeah,
He's not a comic. He's not.
he was much better on that his last show,
Really.
where he was kind of like either a conservative or he wasn't, or he's a phony, or he's portraying one, or whatever it was. It wasn't genuine, but he was much. And then he ran for president because he could get a PAC. So he started his own PAC. He's from South Carolina. He ran for president. He
Really?
officially went through all the paperwork and everything and established a PAC to be president. I think he might have raised $1 million. I don't know.
But you don't have to run for president to have a PAC, do you?
Well, you have to be running for something, I think. What's your basis to having a PAC?
Well, because the PACs are not supposed to be connected to the candidate.
Well, they're
anyway.
not, but you can have a PAC and raise money. You might not have any control over it, according to Trump. You think that Rubio or Bush doesn't have any control over that $100 million?
You know that
You're kidding yourself.
he's the guy that spent more money of all of them. I
Yeah.
think he spent $80 million.
Amazing.
Amazing. And look at that.
Yeah,
He's in
and
the
got
third
last
place.
almost. Did he get third?
Yeah.
Did he really? Well, for that money, he should have got something. Kasich spent $10 million, I think it was, and got second.
Yeah.
What's his name? Cruz spent $580,000
Yeah.
and got. I thought he was third or fourth.
They all three of them are third.
Oh, all three. So
All
do
three,
We have to flip a coin.
Yeah.
Do you have a quarter, Steve?
Ru-
We need to flip a coin to find out.
Rubio, Cruz, and Bush.
Oh.
You know, and I didn't realize. I was talking to somebody in my house yesterday, and I didn't realize that Bush was Marco Rubio's protege.
What? It's the other way around. Rubio would be Bush's protege.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
way.
right.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Rubio was taken on the Bush wing.
Yeah, I'd
You
say
know.
so because they're both from Florida and Bush was the governor.
Yeah,
So I'd say that was absolutely the
Yeah.
way it went.
I was.
And I don't think they're bitter enemies now. They're running against each other. So
That's
that's
all.
the way it is. They'll bury the hatchet.
And they
pretty
probably
soon.
went to dinner last night
Yeah,
together.
probably. They could be like the lawyers, you know. The lawyers fighting together in court, and they go to lunch together and figure out how much money both of their clients have left, so they can figure out how many motions to file to be able to get all the money. You know, that's the way
And
that.
you know, I have to tell you, Channel 5, KBBU, Fox News Local, did a segment on the story of Christine
You
Lobato.
told me that the other day.
God, I'm gonna send you the link.
Are they repeating that or? is
I
it
don't know, but
something-
I wrote an article about that young lady who did the segment, and congratulate Channel 5 for
We need
for
more
allowing.
of that. We need more of it.
We allow. I congratulate, but it was too late. They didn't put it in. But I told them to save it, and we're gonna run it next week, because I think it takes guts to do it, but it also takes guts to have the company allow the reporter to do that.
That's right.
You know, because let me tell you, there are some good journalists in this town, but they're not allowed to show their qualification. They're not allowed to.
We need to get those journalists over here then. We allow for the truth.
Yeah.
So if you want to report the truth, come by here and we'll report it. And then from the herd's point of view, my show, I want investigative reporters to come to work for the herd. And like the old Geraldo Rivera and 60 Minutes and all that, we're going to make some investigations and we're going to report the truth. And I don't care what the hell the truth reports, the truth, that's it. And anyone can have a cow, they can go crazy, and that's just going to show their despicability, in my opinion. It's like the media complaining about Trump or complaining about this or that. They're showing their true colors.
Yeah.
The truth is coming out.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And,
Simple as that. You know, and I like to remind everybody. I was supposed to do that at the half hour, but I goof again. I like to remind that Monday, February the 15th, Lori Nelson, Vice President of Communication for the Station Casinos, is going to be my guest in this show. And we're going to talk about the kind of relationship between the station casinos and the culinary union, and how long this fight has been going on. I think it's about
are they
10
still
years,
fighting
right?
the culinary?
Oh, yeah.
They're still all striking?
Yeah,
Wow,
the
no
culinary union strike once in a while,
So they still have pickets out there?
especially when it's a big fight or it's a
Wow.
big event. They send the people over there, and but the station casinos give more to the employees than the union offered them. You know, they got a better salary, they got a better insurance. They even, I assume it got to be some kind of a restriction on that. They even give money for them to buy a house for the first time. If you never had a house and you want to buy a house and you are a good employee,
You know, there used to be things called sweatshops years and years and years ago, back in the whenever it was, the early 1900s, I think. So there was a reason for unions to pop up because you needed some kind of power between these employees that had nowhere else to go and these sweatshops that were just taking advantage of it. So there was a reason for unions. But to me, unions have outlived their usefulness because you have to go by the market. What's the marketability of your talent? Can you, I mean, what is it? There's no sweatshops anymore. What are these unions for? Unions are only there so you can give dues to these union guys so they can fly around in their private jets.
I don't know, but that's another. It had to be a two-way street. Okay, some of the people that go look
There
for
you
a
go.
job.
But your Stations Casino example,
Yeah.
where they give you an opportunity to buy a house and that they're doing more for their employees
Yeah.
than the unions are. So there's
That's
no
right.
reason for the union.
That's right. And but I'm saying some people go to look for a job. I have people coming over here looking for a job, and but I don't work Mondays, or I don't work
Oh, of
Sundays, or I don't work nights. Well, you need a job or you don't. Don't tell me, because when I needed a job, I went to work.
Well, I need a job, but I'll tell you when I'm coming to work.
Yeah, and that's and I was working in a hotel in Miami one time, and one of the bellmen was complaining about the tips. Oh, I think he asked one of the customers for a tip, or he refused to take the suitcase because he don't tip good. And I called him over to the office, and I told him, I said, when you came to work here, we promised you X amount of money by the hour. We didn't promise you any tips, any gratuity, any whatever you want to call them. You either stop doing that, or you're gonna be out of work. So I didn't. The hotel didn't promise you anything but 8 hours a day at so much money per hour. If you cannot handle, it's the same thing I told Steve. What was the name of that lady that was a city council woman? McDonald. What was her first name?
Nurse?
No, that was Janet. Janet. Janet Mumford. No, I'm talking about the lady that I forgot her name now.
You
McDonald.
hired a desk clerk at that hotel, did you just pay him a salary without tips? I mean,
Yeah.
right, you had to pay him competitive fee. Now, if your desk clerk came to you and wanted a raise, did you go to the bellman and say that you're going to ding part of their tips that they get for bringing bags to the rooms now because you're going to share?
Well,
all
my
the
name
tips?
is not a Steve Wynn.
Oh, okay.
My name is
that's
not
why I
a
was
Steve
asking.
Wynn.
That's why I was
don't do
asking.
that. No.
Yeah.
Besides, I was not in the position to negotiate
Oh,
those things.
okay.
I was just a peon over there.
That was an
I was
interesting
nobody.
reason. Didn't our illustrious Supreme Court or something uphold
Yeah.
that case because he got sued, I think, by the dealers saying, "Wait, you can't take our tips to give to your pit boss
Yeah, well-
that are salaried people." And I think the illustrious Supreme Court.
I
Probably
know,
got
but you have to
got an
realize.
envelope under the table.
But
so
you
they
have
got
to
a ruling.
realize that Steve Wynn went to Carson City and spent a week over there dining
Taking
and
them out to lunch,
dining
dinner,
and whining
yeah,
all those
sure.
Supreme Court justices.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
It
he
smells.
he got expenses.
Stinks, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
now it's the reason
Now
why.
you have Supreme Courts that are coming down with decisions that don't hold people liable because they're liable. I mean, you know, so very, very suspicious activities
And,
going on.
and also when they come to Las Vegas, they might stay at the Wynn Resort.
Comp,
You know, of course, they got a floor.
RF&B,
They might don't stay at the Wynn. They might stay at the Encore.
okay,
Yeah,
right, so
So-
the Win name doesn't get attached to it.
right, right.
Who signed the comp slip? The management?
I don't know because Charlie.
Comp per the management?
I don't know because Charlie is dead now. So.
I had a hotel job once and I checked in a guy that was comp per the management.
Uh-huh.
So I went to my boss. I said, "What the hell is this comp per the management?" Oh, that's the way it has to read. It has to read the management. I go, "I've never seen a comp slip like this. Comp per the management. There's always somebody's name." Well, come to find out, the guy I checked in was Nick Savelli. So the management didn't want to be associated with the fact that they comped somebody in the black book. I guess they didn't want to be associated.
Well,
with
the
it.
point was not that they don't want to be. The point is they cannot be.
Right. Well, whatever.
You know,
Comp
that
per
was the
management.
point, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Mr. John Saunders was his name that he used when he checked it. That's what the FBI told me 2 months
He wasn't
later.
a bad guy.
No,
you
he was
met him?
very nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
checked him in.
He
I
was a
took care
nice
of
guy.
VIPs.
I like Nick.
Very nice
You know,
guy.
Yeah.
The FBI asked me, "Did you just check in a little old gray-haired guy?" I go, "Well, I check in a lot. Do you have a name?" "Oh boy, yeah, we got a name, all right. Ooh, have we got a name? Well, try John Saunders. That's what he used on the airplane." I said, "Oh yeah, Mr. Saunders. I just checked
You
him
did?
in."
Really?
Yeah. And they said, "Did he have any luggage?" I said, "I didn't notice." "Oh, okay." All right.
I tell you one thing. It's look at that. They bring in the best. And I had a call from I called the FBI once because when I was in Miami, they went around my place and asking the neighbors about me and this and
Yeah.
that. So I called them and asked him, said, "What is the problem? What do you want with me? Why do you have to ask the man? You know, the neighborhood think I am a criminal." So
And that's what they think too. That happened to me.
they do. So they come
afraid of
over. He said, "Can we go over and talk to you?" And I said, "Yeah, of course. You can come anytime. You don't have to call in. You don't have to make an appointment. You know, I'm always accessible." So they came in, and they wanted to know what I know about Jasper Espaciali, and.
How are they going to find that out? By asking your neighbors? What do you know about somebody? How are they going to
No,
find
they
that
wanted
out?
to know about me first.
Oh,
I
I see.
guess that's what it was because the neighbors told me, "Hey, the FBI, are you in trouble?" You know how neighbors are. They wanted to know everything. That's why I never talked to my neighbors. Never. I lived in a place for 14 years and I never knew my neighbor's name.
Yeah, that's Las Vegas for you. Yeah.
So, but anyway, they wanted to know about Jasper Spaziali, and I look at the guy and I said to the guy, "Yeah, I can tell you a lot of things about Jasper Spaziali, but I know you're not gonna like it." And he guy said, "Well, try me." I said, okay, he's a nice guy. He's a very, very human being. He's a very generous man. He is a fantastic citizen. And I said to him, but I tell you what,
Sounds like you're talking about John Gotti.
yeah, but I told the guy, I forgot his name now. Um, Gee, I don't remember.
Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.?
Eh?
Ephraim Zimbalist
No.
Jr.?
No. And I said, but I tell you what, I make a deal with you. If you find my niece that was kidnapped in front of my house, and you guys refuse to find her, if you find my niece, I will tell whatever you want to say about Jasper Spaziali. But in the meantime, don't come here no more.
Wow.
You know, period. Because they refuse to help my brother to find his daughter. We never found it.
Well, look at in my case, they refused to put charges against a criminal judge.
Yeah,
There's no question that he's a criminal. No question about
that's
it.
what I wrote this week in the paper.
Yeah.
Where are they? What are they doing?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make any sense.
No,
You know.
they're not
But
doing their job.
anyway, don't forget, then on the 15th, Lori Nelson, Vice President of the Station Casino in charge of communication, is going to be, she's also the spokesperson for the Station Casinos.
Are we gonna expect picketers outside that day when she shows up here?
I
They're gonna
hope
picket?
they
I
come.
hope.
Then I'm going to send them all out of here.
Oh, really?
You know, I hope they come. You know, no, she's not. She's not. I don't know. I don't think she's a target. She's just the spokesperson. You know, and then on the 19th, I got two well-known figures. I got Denny Tarkanian running for Congress in District. Is District 3, Steve? District 3.
Yes.
For Congress, and his wife, Amy, I almost say Amy Cellini. Who's there?
How many congressmen are there? I mean, do you only run each district?
Yeah, there's
How
four.
many?
There's four. Four districts now.
Oh, there's only 4 districts.
Yeah. So,
So
but
we have a
anyway,
congressman from each district, a U.S. congressman.
yeah,
We have 4 U.S. congressmen.
yeah, and his wife, Amy Tarkanian, which it was at one time the chairwoman for the state Republican Party. I don't know if they call him a Nevada Republican Party or state Republican Party. I don't know how they call him, but she was in charge of the state. And they both going to be here on Friday the 19th. And that would be a very interesting interview, because Danny is running against 2 or 3 people that believe that they are the best thing ever happened.
He always attracts a lot of competition, I notice.
Yeah,
Every time he runs, there's like 10 or 20 people running against him.
yeah.
What is that?
Well, I don't think it's that many this time, because running for Congress is not the same as running for Secretary of State or running for Attorney General or anything like that. Congress is a little bit more, I guess, more expensive because it's federal, you know.
Yeah.
And but they are very much. But we need to make sure this time that Danny Tarkanian is going to win that position, because anybody else.
Replacing Heck, is
Eh?
Is that who he's trying to replace? Is Heck?
No, I think
yeah,
Heck is going to
Joe
run
Heck.
for Senate.
I know, but that's who he has Congress now. So is that who he's replacing?
He wants to
Danny
take.
Tarkanian,
Yeah,
right.
he wants. I think he's running for Heck's seat, because he's going to be vacated. But he also have Michelle Fiore and all these.
She's on her way to Montana or Oregon,
Yeah.
I guess, because Clyde Bundy,
Yeah,
I heard, is on his way.
She's
there.
gonna- she
He'll
gonna-
get everything straightened out. I
she's
guess
going to
he's
go
gotta
there to
bail
join
his-
them. She
his
going.
kid out of jail, I guess.
She doesn't realize that those people over there in Oregon don't care how good she looks, how
Yeah,
beautiful
that's it.
she can be, or you know, first of all, she's not that young anymore. So I mean, she's a grandmother for Christ's sake, you know.
Oh my God. So's
But
Hillary. Jesus.
anyway,
She has
it
money,
is
yeah.
time to say goodbye. Thank you, Steve, for helping out with the. What did he help out with?
I don't know. He
Oh,
had
the
points.
delegate, the delegate. Thank you, Clark, and don't forget Steve Dempsey is coming on now with Wake Up Call, and at 2 o'clock, The Herd with Clark Feeley. And the invitation to Sean Feeley is still up. If you want to come over and talk to me, I'm here. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. Are we off?